I would love to squeeze in one more adjective if we can, and then we'll call it a day, if that's all right.
Yeah.
And this will be the adjective for good, which is slightly irregular, only slightly, but it comes up so often it's just worth knowing. And our basic feminine form of this will be goals. Goals.
Goals?
Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah. And hopefully you can kind of go, oh yeah, you know, it begins with a G, like good. It's kind of got an O in it, which is a bit like an O, which we've kind of got in the spelling of the word good. Yeah, goals. And often actually dirt in English corresponds to th in Icelandic. It's quite common. So good and goals. So she is good.
Hún góð.
Hún góð. Exactly. And Ben might say he is good.
Hann góður.
Yeah, hann góður. Exactly. Really cool. And then the neuter form is just slightly irregular. You'd expect it to be gold, right? But they just can't be bothered, so they just say got. So they just went from th to this short form got. So it is good.
Það gott.
Close, but you have to put in got.
Hot.
Got.
Gott.
That's it. That's beautiful. Það gott.
Það gott.
Yeah. Do you want to say it is good to learn Icelandic?
Það gott að læra íslensku.
Já, það gott að læra íslensku. Gott. Yeah, well, they really talk like that, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Það gott að læra íslensku. You might well have forgotten everything that you ever knew about Icelandic, and that's completely okay. So don't worry at all if the stuff isn't in your head. But we'll start by doing some slightly new things, but they're going to kind of use lots of things that you've done before, and hopefully that will just sort of integrate new things into the old. And it would be cool to learn how to say was, right? So we've learnt to say things like I am or he is. I don't know, Rachel, if you want to try saying I am, or just I.
Yeah, yay.
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 Exactly. And do you remember how to say am?
Oh, not completely. So,
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the whole thing. Yay,
Yay,
That's it. Brilliant. And we'll make a sentence. So let's have I am there. Don't worry.
Thou.
Oh, close. Say it again.
Thu.
No, but that's good. That's a real word. What does thu mean?
You.
You. Cool. And the word for there is thar.
Thar.
Yeah? So do you want to say I am there?
Ég þar.
Beautifully pronounced as well. Ég þar. Excellent. If you want to say I was there, you have to have a different word. And you might remember last time that we talked about what sound in Icelandic corresponds to W's in English. I don't know if it rings a bell, Ben.
It was, well, a V sound corresponds to a W.
Exactly. So that's going to help us a bit with was. It doesn't completely solve everything, but it helps a bit. So the word for was is var. Var. So just like was begins with a W, var begins with a V. So would you like to try saying I was there?
Ég var. Oh, it's completely gone. Thar?
Yeah.
Thar?
Yeah, it had in fact not completely gone. Well done. Do you want to say it all?
Ég var
And
thar.
Ben, luckily, the word for was, if it's he was, is also var.
Var.
So would you like to say he was there?
Yes. Hann var þar.
Exactly. Han var thar. Brilliant. Let's put in the you form in this case. So that's slightly different. what's you first, just in the singular?
Thu.
Thu, yeah, brilliant. So if you want to say you were, you say thu varst. So not just var, but varst. Do you want to say you were here?
Thu varst hér.
Exactly, thu varst hér. I don't know if there's anything kind of archaic forms of English that sounds a bit like varst. Don't worry if not. No, okay. In Shakespearean English you will sometimes see thou wast. So not just thou was, but thou wast. So it's a bit like varst. But since you hadn't heard of that, it won't help you anyway. Not to worry. So maybe Rachel would like to say, I was travelling.
Ég varst fara.
Really good. Fara is what you say for to travel. But there's a little word you have to throw in Icelandic to do the travelling. Að, yeah. So it's not ég varst, which is the form you use with you.
So ég var að fara.
Já, ég var að fara. Exactly. Fantastic. And Ben might say you were speaking.
Þú varst að tala.
Já, þú varst að tala. And Rachel might say she was doing it.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm doing it, but hún var.
That's excellent.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So this is a particularly difficult one because there's no English word that's very similar.
No. Garu?
Really close. Gera.
Gera.
Really good. So she was doing it.
Hún var að gera það.
Yeah. Hún var að gera það. That was easy. So we'll just put in the plurals in that case. And that means we've got to remember how to say we in Icelandic. Okay, so we'll revise both of these together because they rhyme. So we is
Við.
And you in the plural is
Þið.
Thith. Is that all right?
Þið.
Yeah, excellent. So we'll stick with we for a bit, við, and let's just say we are first. So let's say we are finding.
Við erum að finna.
Já, við erum að finna. So we've got the erum form. Við erum að finna. So in the past, it's við vorum. Vorum. Við vorum. So would you like to say we were finding?
Við vorum að finna.
Yeah, við vorum að finna. And if you want to say you were finding, we'll stick with that just for a minute, you would say voruð. So not vorum, but voruð.
Þú voruð að finna?
That was really good. Sorry, I should have specified you plural.
Sorry.
So, yeah. It's not thu. Close? Thith.
Þið?
Yeah.
Þið vorum að finna?
Finna. That was almost completely right, but between the two versions, different things started to go wrong. So yeah, the word for you in the plural is
Þið.
Thith, exactly. And the word for were in you were is voruð.
Voruð.
Yep. So you were finding.
Þið voruð að finna?
Exactly. Þið voruð að finna. Even I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. And Ben might want to say we were working.
Við.
Yeah.
Við erum að vinna.
Vinna, já,
Yeah.
já. So you just said we are working. Við erum að vinna, which is great. So how do you say we were working?
Við varum að vinna.
Að vinna. Yeah, that was almost completely right. In fact, that was completely right, Old Icelandic. But við vorum.
Vorum.
Við vorum að vinna.
Við vorum að vinna.
Yeah, excellent. So, við vorum að vinna. Þið voruð. Obviously, you've got our friends, the masculine, feminine, and neuter forms of they. Rachel, do you want to say maybe the masculine form of the word they?
I can't remember it.
That's completely okay. Do any bits of it come to mind?
It's a...
Yeah, it's a
I
th
think
word,
it's
another
a-
th word.
Yeah. It's the feminine, not thinner. Or
Oh, no, not quite, unfortunately. But it was a good word. And it's also another real Icelandic word. It means something else. But, okay, let's sort out the masculine. That's þeir.
there.
Yeah. I don't know if it helps, but obviously it begins with th, but then the vowel is very similar to the vowel in they. So it's a bit like just saying they, and then you have to put sh on the end. Þeir.
There.
Excellent. And if you want to say they are, you say... Actually, sorry, you know how to say they are, maybe.
There ert.
Oh, no. Good idea. It begins with so that was excellent. Þeir... Ben, do you have it in your mind?
No, I don't think so.
That's okay.
No.
So this is a good way to revise it. Þeir eru. That's the present form. Þeir eru. They are. So if you want to say they are here,
Not sure. There eru. Don't know here.
are there any sounds that you have for here?
No.
No, that's completely
Blank.
okay. No problem at all. Do you want to have they are here?
I can say here, I think. Þeir eru hér.
Hér, exactly. Þeir eru hér. Fantastic. Þeir eru hér. So if you want to say they were here, we've had við vorum, we've had við erum becoming við vorum. We've had þið eruð becoming þið voruð. And now we have þeir eru becoming þeir
Voru.
voru. Exactly. Þeir voru. So would you like to say they were here?
Þeir voru hér.
Exactly. Do you want to say they were learning Icelandic?
Þeir voru að... I can't remember to learn. Læra.
Really good. Læra.
Læra.
But excellent.
Læra íslensku.
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 Já. Þeir voru að læra íslensku. Do you want to say it all back quickly?
Þeir voru að læra íslensku.
Yeah, and Rachel might want to try the feminine form of they, which was þær.
There.
Yeah, excellent. So you could say they were saying it.
There voru að. I'm not sure I'm saying.
You don't have to be sure. Take a wild guess if you like.
Segja það.
Já, þær voru að segja það. Do you want to just say the whole thing?
Þær voru að segja það.
Já, and that was really quick and sounding very idiomatic. Þær voru að segja það. And let's do just with the neuter form as well. So maybe we're talking about some men and women who were working. I don't know if the neuter form is in Ben's mind.
I want to say it's like thun.
Close.
Or is that something else?
It's nothing
It's
actually,
nothing,
as far as I know. But
Okay.
but it is close. Thøy.
Thøy.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful pronunciation. So they were working.
Þau veru að vinna.
Þau voru að vinna. So this, ég að construction is massively useful because all you need to know is the infinitive form, the normal basic form of the verb that's going to come after að to say something. And you can now say I am doing something, and you can say I was doing something. I should admit that it's easy to overuse this construction. Mm-hmm. So sometimes in English you'll hear non-native speakers of English saying things like I am walking the dog every day, where actually we would say I walk the dog every day. But we understand it perfectly well. So this is a massively useful construction, and you might find yourself using it in some slightly unidiomatic circumstances, but everyone will understand, and it will just get you a long way. And as I've emphasised all through this, you don't have to be right, you just have to make it work. Eventually you can want to be right, but this is a good starting point. The things we've learnt to say so far, one or two of them might be slightly unlikely sentences. If we Googled for them, we might not find many examples, but they're all possible forms. It's also on the rise. So another thing that you might sound like if you kind of overuse this is a teenager from Reykjavik. And in the same way in English, we are starting to get things like I am thinking that we should do something, whereas 50 years ago, certainly in Britain, you would only say I think that, or I am feeling that this is a bad situation, whereas previously we would have said I feel this is a bad situation. So this is growing in Icelandic. So if you overuse it, you'll be moving with the trend.